Hello Kings, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, man. If you're not subscribing, remember to subscribe, man. Today I wanted to talk about something that's affecting a lot of people and they don't normally talk about it. As you know, I tend to focus more on the things that's gonna affect you during semen retention and nofap sometimes. Things that are very rare, that are mostly not common when you are in this journey. Today I wanted to talk about seminal leakage in your private part as a man during this journey. Because you have to remember most people who get into this journey, this nofap and semen retention were once addicted to masturbation addiction. They were once addicted to masturbation addiction. So I want us to really talk about one thing that you can expect during this journey, which is seminal leakage, where you are leaking semen and you can't control it because the semen is just leaking, like it's leaking down there. And sometimes not even wet dreams, it's not even nocturnal emission, it's just leaking. It's not a big leakage, just maybe twice a drop of semen is leaking down there, and it's uncontrollable. You don't have to be aroused in order for it to leak. So it's something that you're gonna come across, because you have to remember, especially if you it's gonna happen mostly if you're addicted to masturbation, because remember your body was only used to holding a certain amount of semen, just a little bit, because you were constantly producing and excreting, through masturbation addiction. So now your body is not using to hold that new amount of semen that you are currently holding. So it's really, really struggling to hold the whole semen. So it is gonna leak a bit by bit. It's gonna leak a bit by bit. In the morning, you're gonna find it there. During the days, when you are too stressed, it's something which is really gonna happen. And if you're addicted to masturbation and you are quitting, especially if you're addicted and you are into semen retention and nofap, it's something that's gonna happen. You will leak semen. The first thing to do is to not to panic, to just give it time, and mostly it will leak when you are not keeping your mind clear. So make sure you keep your mind from stress. Exercise a lot. Like you have to do pelvic floor exercises if you're addicted to masturbation. That's one thing you should invest in pelvic floor exercises for you to strengthen your pelvic floor in order to be able to keep it inside. Because also masturbation addiction will weaken your pelvic floor. Will weaken your pelvic floor. That's why you will suffer from weak erection, erectile dysfunction. So you have to find a way to also strengthen your pelvic floor, and you must also continue semen retention and nofap. As time goes on, it will close up and the leakage will stop. It's not something that you're gonna suffer from for the longest time. It's just that people tend to panic when they are starting to leak. And the leakage is bad. It's not a good thing, because you are not only leaking that. If you can read that on Chinese medicine, you'll see that it's you are also losing your life force through that small leakages that's happening every day, day by day. You are losing your life force through that leakage. But if you just have to be strong, clear your mind from lust, clear your mind from sexual fantasies, don't overthink too much about lust, release stress, do pelvic floor exercise, and I can take a walk. When you're into semen retention, keep your body fit. The leakage will stop as time goes on. But it's something that you're gonna come across. Like if you touch yourself, you feel like wow, something did come out a bit. It's not gonna be a lot, like a wet dream where you are so wet, like it's all over your face. No, just a small drop. Maybe after 2 hours, another small drop, maybe another small drop. So that's one thing that you should be aware of. And after you relapse, if let's say you're in meditation for a year, then you cleared. After you relapse, after a month, you will have that seminal leakage. So that's one thing, because we have to remember it gets accompanied with dribbling after you urinate. Not the whole urine comes out. Then after you wear your pants, that's when the other urine comes out. So that's one thing you should look out for, men, when you are into this journey. Similar leakage, it's really something doctor will never tell you about, man. You'll never hear it from doctors such things, but you'll never read about it anywhere in medical books. But it's something that if you go to forums, you'll hear people complaining about it in NoFap forums. You'll hear people asking for help about it. So man, just don't be too scared when it happens. You even think you have yeast infection or infection right there, because it also sometimes it get accompanied with inflammation. You feel hot on your prostate. Your prostate feels very, very hot, like it's burning inside. So when these things happen, just stay strong and just know that it's part of the journey, man. You're just adding more minerals on your body, man. You're becoming stronger. So yeah, the best thing to do is to clean yourself than there. It's something not I'm not saying everyone's gonna suffer from this. I'm saying most people who are addicted to masturbation addiction gonna suffer from seminal leakage. Sometimes when you urinate, you'll see that your urine has a lot of foam. Urine has a lot of foam. You're like urine has a lot of foam. You can see that there's semen in my urine. It does happen. And the aim is not to panic, it's just be strong. Ketla! Just to be strong, and continue the journey, man. Yeah.